Hey guys, it's Eric Green, TaxRepNetwork. What do I think the success pyramid is for tax rep? This is a question I've gotten a lot lately. I think the success pyramid is kind of a thing again. Um, and so I've given this a lot of thought. And so for those of you not familiar with it, the success pyramid was laid out. I'm trying to remember who the original author was. The five things you needed to do to succeed. And it had to do with being educated and you know networking and being able to cooperate with other people, kind of almost like a corporate how to get ahead. Um, so a lot of the folks that have read the book, How to Build a $1 Million Practice, have asked me, well, what do I think the success pyramid is? And honestly, I hadn't really given it a lot of thought, but I have now. And so here it's sort of, if I had to lay out five things that I think build to having a $1 million or whatever size rep practice you want, what those five things are. And so um, I wouldn't say the order that I would think. First of all, in any entrepreneurial endeavor, you need to be willing to fail. All right. You need to be willing to take a risk. And by the way, I'm not suggesting risking lots of capital or betting your home. In fact, I would suggest not doing that. But all of my businesses, all of them, including my law practice, all started as a side hustle. It's true. All right. I was working for a large accounting firm. I started my law practice on the side. The law practice, I got, you've heard the story, the CPA that walked up to me and said, hey, I would pay you if you teach me to do this. Tax rep, the training, that whole membership, that started as a side hustle. All of them have started as a side hustle. The ones that succeeded really, that are now multi-million dollars, and the ones that failed. And I've had failures. I am not a failure. I tried something, it didn't work. You move on. You pivot, you change, you drop it, and move on to the next good idea. It's just the way that it is. So first and foremost, in my pyramid of success, or what I would lay out, you have to be willing to fail. All right. Um, and I would almost in a paren or caveat that you need to be willing to not be stuck on your original idea, but you may have to pivot and change things. Number two, you need to have grit. You need to be willing when people tell you it's not going to work. People can be extraordinarily nasty, especially if you're online. People say all kinds of shit that they would never say to your face. You just got to let that stuff roll. You just got to understand there are going to be haters. There are going to be bad days. No one floats to the top. It's going to be a slog uphill. You just have to understand that. My law practice was tax rep. It took years before it took off. I have other ventures now that it's a slog. It's just the way that it is. All right. It's just part of the deal. No one has an idea and it just takes off. All right. At least not that I'm aware of. All right. It's always going to be harder than you thought. Number three, to really build a $1 million rep practice, you need to be trained. Nothing will attract clients than success with other clients, and being able to explain it and be able to show your credibility that they are in the right place. They have entrusted themselves with the right person. All right. So if you're not a trained rep person, don't worry about it. I mean, that's what tax rep does. You need to get trained. All right. Now you don't have to be the guru out of the gate, but you really have to have a handle on what you're talking about. All right. Um, Number four, you need to have a plan for how you're going to get clients. As you know, there are more than 25 million taxpayers that are in trouble, either non-filers, they have back balances, or both. And so, really, it's about being able to get the message out, to let people know you do this. All right. Now, number five is repeat, meaning you need to do this on an ongoing basis. You have to be consistent in your marketing, consistent in your training, keeping up, being out there. It's day after day. Everyone has this idea, I'll get this thing, I'm going to kill myself for 3 months, and it's going to be gravy after that. No. Nope, I'm sorry, it just isn't. Now, for Jeff and I at Green and Sklar's, the phone just rings all the time for IRS work. But Jeff and I have been in business for 10 years, and we were both doing this for years before different firms. So we spent years and years building up our local reputation, our network of accountants and lawyers, the people that we know that do this. Tax Rep. Our members generally will do a number, 5 to 7 different events with us before they come and sign up. All right. So no one's going to just go out and just have people out the door lined up on day one. It doesn't happen. All right. And you just have to be prepared for that. So if there is a success pyramid for building $1 million rep practice, that's what I think it is. All right. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel. And I'll talk to you.